teachings on a thirsty Thursday. Why? Because God said you were thirsty for more of the living water, which was what? His message. Presented by who? The High Priestess Phoenix. And the crowd goes wild. I am your pagan spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, and messenger of God. Here again for the umpteenth time on a Jupiter day. We are very much in our teacher mode. Teacher mode. You're like, dude, are you really teaching again? Yeah, there's a couple of reasons as to why that I'm going to get into that with you, and it's why, because you need to know a lot of stuff. And if we have time, then we have time. And you're like, but you had other stuff to do. I did. But God works in mysterious ways. And so, as I was getting ready for work, I got a text message about more work that was going to be available. Apparently, there's snow shifts that are coming in that pay me more than what I do. And I was like, oh, that's nice, but that's very physical work. Why would God be giving me physical work? To work my chakras, because I have just let out all this darkness, part of the alchemical transformation. And the next part is you have to work it through your body. Yeah, I'm going to be skinnier and prettier and more beautiful than you ever imagined. I mean, seriously, can I get any better? Watch, I do it every day. So we got that situation. So I saw that coming in, and I was like, oh, well, that's cool. And I signed up for that, and I still had plenty of energy. I had plenty of energy, and I had plenty of energy. And then the sun started to go down. And then I started to lose my energy. And then I was guided. Hold on a moment. One moment, please. Alright, it was my daughter coming back in, which is the second reason why I chose not to do that too. And then there was the third, which was most important. So then I'm sitting there and God's like, go do a reading. I'm like, another one? Aren't I supposed to go to work? He said, do a reading. I don't have a pencil, baby.
I had a pencil right there.
Oh, you did. Yeah, but the dog could have took it. Or something could have happened. Let me see if I see it anywhere out here. Your friends are being loud. No, I'm sorry. I don't know where it went, but I put lots of colored pencils inside of your purse, and you're interrupting my video right now. So you have to do something else with your time. I apologize. I can't help you right now. I'm sorry.
I'll see if they have any pencils
Yes. Anyways, going back to it. So the next thing is my daughter was rolling around. She's like, I'm so bored, I'm so bored, I'm so bored. She was laying there, and all of a sudden, these kids walked up to the door and knocked on the door and asked her to come outside. And I told her she could go until I had to go to work, which was at 6. And then I went out there to look at her, and they're riding around on one of those little lift scooters all around the parking lot. Now, me personally, I haven't even rode one of those little bastards. But she's out there with these little boys, and she is having a blast. And I'm like, all right, well, I will do as I'm told. And so I go to grab some stuff. And then I was also guided to this book. I was like, okay, what do I want to teach? What do you want me to talk to them about? I have all these other teachings. We're going to go through some cards. Again, like my daughter, we need to read the cards we never read before. This is what started my priesthood, right? A guide to pagan priesthood. I'm not going to start all of it, but I wanted to point out, why am I doing what I'm doing right now? This is the reason. This is the reason. So it starts out with Section 1, the duties of a priest, pastoral duties. In the light of roles and responsibilities of a priest, and I am your high priestess. Generally, the word pastoral comes originally from the practice of a shepherd tending to the flock. It refers quite literally to the countryside or the life in a rural location. The word is often used in conveying idyllic, I can't say the word, simple life of shepherds or folk living out the country. It's just going to take too long to sound it out. Anyone who thinks rural life is, it says it again, I can't say it. I can't say it. Anyone that thinks it's easy has never had to get up at 4 a.m. to milk a cow or catch a goat that's gotten loose by eating through its steel reinforced rope, and is currently disseminating the carrot crop with a fierce determination to not be caught or stopped. True story right there. And let me assure you that the goat-related emergencies are never what you might consider. All right. The term pastoral is thus used to represent the pastors, in most cases the minister or priest, of a monastic religion, tending to their communities, and it refers to a category of work that is concerned with the care of spiritual community, the outward work of a priest of any religion. In short, these are the bits that could be done by any layperson, really, if they had the same skills, experience, and let's face it, desire to do so. The difference is that with taking on the priesthood role, it becomes a sacred duty to take care of your community in these ways. I'm going to be clear here that the pastoral care is not absolutely essential part of the pagan priestess role, or priest role, importantly and worthy as it may be. The commonly larger Christian idea that the primary role of a priest is to assist folks in their relationship with the deity is not completely irrelevant to us in as much as it is part of the job of a priesthood in our wider pagan belief systems, but also not to be all and all with what a priest should and could be doing with their days in a modern unsheep-like spiritual community that generally believers in direct access to deity rather than through the intermediate or middleman who, incidentally, then holds all the power and gets the last word on everything when it comes to good or evil. And that's really it, is like, I'm not here as just your messenger. I'm here to, unlock the keys so you can hear the voice yourself. Having people, most often men in communities, wield absolute power is not a good idea for most common folk, especially women and minorities in those communities day to day, as history, even modern societies, will attest. In deciding whether the pastoral duty should make up a part of your whole of your work as a priest, there are a few big picture questions to consider. Does a priest represent the God they serve? Okay. Do I represent the gods that I serve? Do I represent Jesus Christ? Do I represent Melchizedek? Do I represent Metatron? Do I represent the Krishna energy? Do I represent the Jewish? Do I represent the, Do I represent the Buddhists? Do I represent the Latins? Do I represent the Egyptians? Do I represent the Celtics and the Nordics? As a priest, I am entitled to or appointed to act and speak for the deity I have devoted myself to, especially in, but not limited to, an official capacity. Going further, do I really care enough about people to do this work? Does my deity, does my gods, do these people, these entities that I speak for, these deities, want me to speak to you? Within the established structure of a religious organization, phrases such as entitled and appointed become somewhat clearer that they are within our global pagan community, which is a community of individuals who represent a loose collective of incredible diverse beliefs, traditions, and organizations. For now, let's say that representing the gods we serve and acting or speaking for them in this world can certainly be part of the function of a pagan priesthood, but with provisos, as we'll see. Some related questions then are, as a priest, do I constitute the deity's physical embodiment into this world? Do I walk in Christ's teachings? Do I walk in Buddha's teachings? Do I walk in the Bhagavad Gita? Do I walk in the Kabbalah? Do I walk in the Holy Bible? Do I walk in these teachings? Or do I just teach you what someone else has taught me, my interpretations of someone else's teachings? Or do I apply these teachings to my life? Do I walk in the Wiccan teachings? Do I teach you all of this? Do I teach you all religions? And do I not teach you to have in full enlightenment, self-realization? Do I not teach you everything I claim to teach you? Am I not an embodiment of Kobe Bryant, Tupac Shakur, Nipsey Hussle, DMX, Michael Jackson, Christ, Buddha, Melchizedek? Am I not the Lilith, the Morgan, Hecate, Medusa, Saradwin, the Bridge? Am I not who I say I am? Do I not embody these spirits within my body? Do I walk and talk for, or physically manifest, a deity? These are big questions too. As we dive in, let's be really clear again that the following do not compromise a checklist that every single priest in every single community must adhere to, lest their priest card be revoked and they never invited to priest retreat with all the other good priests. That's it. It's like, there's not a checklist of this. This is what kind of priest I am. This was what makes it. And I just introduced myself to Ali's new friend. I look on his page and it says Jesus. I was like, do you practice Jesus or do you walk in his path? And I introduced myself. I am the pagan high priestess witch, and I teach the Christ consciousness. Come over and see for yourself. But let's start with, do you believe in the devil? That's it. You believe in a witch. What do you believe about a witch? Well, let's start with your devil. You believe I'm attached to this fake thing that you've made up, that I work with this fake thing? Who works with this fake thing? Your mind? Go watch my video. Welcome to the jungle. You'll see mentioned in this chapter the shadow side of each role, which is not strictly good or evil in the way it is often misunderstood. The shadow side of each role here is the idea of what it can look like when things are in the subconscious or unconscious are out of balance with the conscious mind, creating repression and projections that seep out in nasty ways. The working of a balance of personal psyche is vital for any priest to undertake and maintain a regular basis, and it becomes absolutely essential when dealing with taking the responsibility for others. I'm flagging them here for awareness and accountability purposes. The following are ideas and common examples of the pastoral duties of the priesthood, and at least some can and will apply most priests most of the time. Please do take them as such. Holding yourself as to high standards as a community elder. Standing up for those who cannot defend themselves. Practicing self-discipline. Earning natural trust and respect through right actions. Keeping an eye on the community. Supporting, feeding, and clothing those that are in need. Counseling. Learning from mistakes. Speaking up. Teaching and mentoring, leading in prayer, devotionals, and journeys, providing safe and open spaces for community seekers. That's just part of it. Now there's the sacerdotal duties, okay? Then it has a whole big fucking explanation. What it is here is sacerdotal functions are also included in ritual, miracle, substation, magic, prophecy, and inner inward work that requires a priest's connection to deity and a specialist skills or talents learned through intensive study, research, and initiation the layperson usually isn't going to have interest in or access to. Now, let's look at the inner or supernatural work that we do. Shall I go into this? All right, now you may wonder, what is ritual exactly? It is a series of actions being done in a priesthood order. In a pagan context, ritual describes anything we do in a specific, repetitive way with a spiritual or magical intent and focus. You may notice that my altar, that's the first thing. Oh shit, dude, what did I step on? She's got candles. She's got all of this stuff. You fear it, but you're not paying attention. As soon as you saw it, you were scared. I do this. Now, other people have specific, the tabernacle was built in different ways. But I put up different things in my altar to honor different things. That's a lot of it right there. Let's see. For many traditions, small groups, and solar paths, there isn't a complete body of source material, and even enough up-to-date material for people to work ritual effectively. Experimentation can be necessary, but a pull everything off the shelf and try it attitude isn't necessary either. What we should do is learn the source material that is available and form educated hypothesis to try filling in the blanks for what isn't there. A hypothesis is a starting point for further investigation based on the examination of what's already there and known. We educate ourselves, read widely, talk to others who do these things, and make a plan on effectively do an experiment. And I'm seeing my first dance naked under the moon. I'd never done it before. I was called to do it under the full moon of Pisces, which is the high priestess moon. I was restoring my priestess. I had to do a bunch of stuff up there, pull the cauldron, I had to bring the bones, all kinds of ritual work. But this I had never done, and I was very afraid of it. My biggest fear is I was going to get caught. What if they see you naked out there? Right? And what happens if they see you naked? They're going to call the police. Well, how lovely. My freaking, my place, my spiritual grounds is in a graveyard directly across the street, which is no more than 20 feet from the Gilpin County Sheriff's Department. So now my biggest fear is very much realized. And instead of just being afraid, I told them. I put up a sign. Witchcraft in progress. Stay away for your own protection. If you choose to come back here while I'm performing, you know what I mean, my rights given to me, the right to religion, as I'm performing my religion back here, then you might see me in an unfitting way. But I have the right to do this. And so you're welcome to come and catch me, but you cannot arrest me for doing such a thing. And that's where I faced the fear. So my very first time doing it was right in front of the police. Right in front of the police, and I put a sign up telling them that I was doing such things. Sort of. Not really. Not really, but I did. We do it, and that's it. It's like I told people about it, and that's the first thing they said, is make sure people know that you're doing it so they don't sneak up on you. That's where I knew to put up a sign. They're like, make sure people know what you're doing so they don't just come looking and sneak up on you. We do it, collect data, and do it again for more data. Over time, we examine the big picture and the results provided, and we can, at that time, begin to draw conclusions and make changes to achieve better results. What was the better result? I learned how to dress and where to dance and where to light the candles and where to be there, where to see my shadow, and what I was really out there to do, what it was really about, and that was it. To dance beautifully in the shadow of myself, to see my shadow, you know what I mean, the shadow self. That's what the moon is. It was the most beautiful dance of the fairies, is what I saw. And that's it, is to reclaim my priesthood, to be a witch, to be a proud witch under this moon. And that's what I did, and I had to fight, the fears of this world to do such a thing. And the sounds of the coyotes when I had those bones. This mythology had proven effective for scientific research, so why not apply it in ritual? Now, you may wonder, what is ritual exactly? It's a series of actions being done in a prescribed order. In a pagan context, ritual describes anything we do in a specific, repetitive way with a spiritual or magical intent and focus. That means that something like baking a bread can be a sacred ritual if, for example, you are dedicated to a deity such as Dagda, Demeter, or Freyr. Ritual can also offer a more elaborate thing, such as drawing down the moon process for traditional Wiccans, or marriage or dedication ceremonies that require you say the right words for it to be effective, as the goblins in the labyrinth decree. Or a ritual can be steps that you take to manage your mental health or functions each day. If you are doing that as an offering to or part of a contract to a higher power, these are examples of rituals that can have have one major thing in common. You are ideally engaging your conscious mind with a step up, well-practiced process that keeps the conscious engaged but not taxed or struggling, so that the subconscious and the unconscious can open to or do other things. That's what happens when I'm channeling right here. All of this is happening, and I get to be a witness to what's happening. It is also function as a shortcut when whatever you need to get to mentally and energetically speaking. When the same familiar opening music begins, the same intense waft outs. The same incense waft outs. The same feel of the same fabric shifts as it moves in the same direction. The same words form and begin to come out in the same mouth, so that the same ears can hear them, and the brain says, "Oh, it's time to do that now, is it?" Right, here we go. For those of us that have been around the block for a while, various traditions have at least a wiry smile on them, as we remember those times when we forgot the words or Ava made a mistake at part that comes to the next, while Daniel dropped the incense holder on Lisa's foot, and none of us... I'm seeing myself when I do these these fucking invocations for the fucking notorious. I'm like, did I speak Latin or was that satanic? Like, like was that German? Was that Latin? Does anybody speak Latin? Nobody speaks Latin. They don't know what you're saying. Just keep talking. That's what I always tell myself. It's like, it sounds good, right? I don't know what it is. I'm just pronouncing these letters in the order that which they are written. I don't know if this is right. I hope I didn't invoke a spirit. In the sense of, nobody told me. Don't burn down the house. Who told you to do this? God. That's Bobby. What voices? I mean, if I asked today specifically on this day was Martin Luther King. Let me show you the video. Some days they don't have faces. Sometimes it's aliens. Sometimes it's dead people. That's what I said in my early video. Bro, I'm connected to the universe. You are connected to each other in these really small networks of nothing. Of nothing. Those lifestyles of the rich and famous. Dude, you guys make it look bad. All my niggas look rich as fuck. You look fucking poor as fuck. Is that? Alright, all of the ritual techniques is classed as a function of priesthood within the pagan community. I don't know. It's when you fuck it up and you get it. Moving between the worlds. While a method of moving between the worlds is going to look different in various traditions. Between many individual practices, though traditions, it's essential to define it. Magic and spiritual practitioners generally believe that this world, the reality we experience in the day-to-day, perceived by our conscious mind and measured, rationalized by our scientific knowledge, is not the only world. Well, I don't know. You're trying to conquer this world, and there's so many others. I come from and that's what God said. Live in this world, but not be of it. You guys want to be all about that life, bro. You just all want to be human, and you want to be the best human you've ever been, and you want to be better than all the other humans. It's like a dog. It's like you want to be the best dog ever. Bro, there's a million breeds. Like, you can be like a good beagle, but, you know, you're not even fully beagle. That's my dog. She's mixed. That's what makes her so cool. She's real compact and tiny. She's mixed with some kind of, terrier breed. So she's not real beagle-licious. She's not that fat, kind of dog like that. And because of that, she's also not that, very talkative either. She's real great, and her imperfections makes her even better. She fits in smaller packaging. But in the sense of, your reality, you guys in your fucking reality. Within the traditions of cultures, there may be one or another planes that have existence. Where do I go? The 13 realms. Apparently, science only knows of 12. I only discovered later what the 13th was. Oh, that might be heaven, where they've never seen before. Oh, you don't know where God and all the angels and all? Oh, let me tell you. Oh, well, the Jewish people, God's chosen, had already seen all of this stuff in the Book of Life. They know who I am. You might want to check them, or check someone else. How come none of you know who I am? Oh, because you don't know God. All right, well, let's start with all the different gods you do not know, and how I was part of all of those gods. I would be his daughter, the goddess. You don't know about me yet? You're about to find out today. All right, anyways, going into I'm not doing this. Here it goes. It may be called journeying, going into Eram or Etra, traveling, astral traveling, soul traveling, daydreaming, interdimensional traveling, flying, having an outer body of experience, trance prophecy, various other terms of vision or prophecy seeking, altered state of consciousness, walking between the worlds, walking with the ancestors, or even modern hedge crossing, among many more. Call it what you want to call it. I don't stay here with you alcoholics. What does that mean, dude? I don't stay in the body. I mean, the body stays here. I don't have to stay in this body. That's why you be like looking at me all the time. People are like, what are you doing? I'm just need to sit outside. Leave me alone. Dude, this crackhead was all in my face, you guys. For how long? I don't know. I have no fucking idea how long he was standing on top of me. I just had the headphones on, and I had, everything in my... What happens is I really zone out. I'm sitting in meditation, and I put everything in my fucking, in my lap. So I got my cigarettes, my phone, my weed, my lighter. I'm watching it all, because all these fucking crackheads, right? So I'm looking down at my phone, and I'll black out. And it looks like I'm looking at my phone, but I'm not even here, bro. I'm not even here. Like, never even here. And all of a sudden, I lifted my head up, and there's a man It's happened many times, bro. I was seeing that one that happened in Mr. Plum's. His name was Thunder, and it was fucking 10:30 at night. I lit his ass up like every bit of lightning. What the fuck are you doing at this man's house this late at night? Sneaking up. I was like, what the fuck? But it happens a lot. I was somewhere else, and I didn't know you was even here. Anyways, I look up, and this dude's there. And I'm like, what? What? I pull my headphones on. He's like, you know where to get some blues? Well, listen here, Blues Clues. I just learned what that meant, and no, I don't. I wouldn't have known what that was until 2 days ago when somebody told me that meant fentanyl. So all of a sudden, there's some fucking crackhead literally hovering above me, asking me to get him some crack or some head or something. And I'm like, I don't even know, dude. I was with God and His angels. Where did you come from? And people walk by me all the fucking time with that. Some guy hit me yesterday morning. Was it yesterday? I don't even know. I forgot to tell everyone that happened. Who the fuck are you talking to? I'm sitting there, again, I just sit outside, and that just offers people an ability to walk up to me. Fuck off me, bro. I just have to put my body here. Why can't I go anywhere else? I can't leave my kids. I can't go any further. I gotta put my body right here. Right? Fuck. So I'm sitting out there, and all of a sudden this dude pops out of a room, and he comes walking towards me. He's all, hey, do me a favor. Do me a favor. I lit him up so fast. Do yourself a fucking favor. Go fucking die. I don't know you. You don't fucking know me. You're so fucking entitled. Who the fuck are you talking to telling me to do you a favor? Do yourself a favor and get the fuck out my face. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. The neighbors opened their door like, you good? I'm like, I'm good. Don't fucking love and light, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about, crackhead? Why are you in my face? But yeah, trance, yeah. It'll happen while I'm driving. People never see it, dude. I'd be wondering if the people in the back seat know that I'm not blinking. That I didn't really drive you to your destination, but I'm just excited to get you out of my car. Like, damn, I had you in my car for 45 minutes. It took us an hour. Like, dude, was we talking? Did I breathe? What? What street did we take to get here? Seriously, that's what I tell you. I could fucking phase out. The body goes on autopilot. Why? Because it's always done this shit. Your body knows how to run on the treadmill because it knows how to run on the treadmill. Your body knows how to walk. It knows how to do this shit. You just hit a flip. You hit the autopilot. You're pretty much in autopilot, to be honest. You don't know how to turn the switch off. Sorry. Such a wench. All right. It is a common belief that the ability of astrally traveling is something we have to be born with or gain experimentally by events outside of our control. Some traditional indicators are being born with a call where the amniotic membrane is enclosed in the head and full body of a baby. What? Suspected of being a channeling as a child, being chosen by spirits or ancestors and granted the power, having had a death or near-death experience, and so on. Well, yeah, we were chosen. Whatever. All these things are excellent indicators of potential, at least, and can be developed through training and experience. Personally, I believe moving between the worlds is a skill that can be developed in any individual through a majority of folk who want this will not have the patience or put in the time and dedication needed to achieving anything other than some pleasant visualizations. I saw a yoga class in Pilates. It's, what do they call it, yoga? It's like, you can do it for that long. We can put you in a still place with some good music and a deep breath with your ass to, downward dog style for a minute for you to feel this bliss, but you can't take much more of this. All she can take is the downward dog. How many of your bitches... Come on, stand up for the rights, bro. Stand up, make a stand, dude. Just come on, let's just have a laugh together. How many of your bitches do yoga or Pilates? That's their form of, release. That bitch does the downward dog. Here comes Marshall. Fellas, are you tired of blowjobs? Missionary. I'm on a mission. Let's keep going. Oh, God. Anyways, moving through the words, journeying. The next one is technical and creative knowledge of the tools of workshop and work. Okay, so what the heck are the tools of workshop and work? I made them up in a term in the context. Sounds fancy, right? You're very creative with your words, yeah. What is it? It's all the bullshit we carry around. This is what I love. Because my purse be looking worse than your purse, bitch. And I got all kinds of them. My daughter's like, you need this bag for all your shit? I know, because I'm always carrying all this shit. Oh, God. Non-physical toolbox of vocal or gesture magic or spiritual expressions we create and use. Tools include, of course, the physical things we might carry around and bring to a place of worship or ritual in order to facilitate our work. This might include candles, incense, salt, dowsing and other divination tools, and ritual tools such as wands and athemes and other knives and blades. Most of that's in my car. I have an altar in my car. That scares all of that's in the front with my Ouija board and my it really is. My wand is there, my candles, my Ouija, my Kali, which is a skull on it, my black cross, my white feathers. What else is in that window right now? My Jewish ashtray with my Palo Santo. There's currently a plate on there that has three red candles and a white candle. It's all in my dashboard. People do not come to my car. The fuck do you think is inside of there? And then there's a dark blanket, but hidden behind it. What's behind the curtain? You probably don't want to knock on that door. I started with my video earlier. Just put up a pentagram. They'll be terrified. If that doesn't work, come back. I'll tell you what else to put up. It's Halloween, bitches. I really have all this shitty shit. I really do. That's why I'm laughing at myself, because little by little I have all this shit. I mean, what else? Like, let me just keep going, because I wanted to talk about her funny shit. I call it my magical emergency kit. It is a small mint tin that I carry around items I consider essential in the erotic and emergency situation. Mugwort, a bell, a dime, tobacco, a hagstone, salt, cords, matches, a pendulum, for a few examples. It fits easily in my bag and even in my pocket. Items such as toolkits are large and small and will vary from person to person, from tradition to tradition. For example, my Irish regala would look very different from my Wiccan coven kit. And that's where I have all these. Damn, I don't want to show you all my baggage, bro. Bring out your dirty underwear. I mean, pretty much. I showed it to you when it was all cleaned and organized, but it's not very organized. All right, bro. This is literally just my ritual shit. Like, this is, like, we're serious. This is the shit I'm burning just right now. There's so much in it. This is just one bag. This is the one I keep in my car. What's in there? All kinds of shit, bro. All kinds of... This is my pretty much go-to ritual bag. Like my voodoo bag, where there's a bunch of herbs and shit and candles. There's black candles. There's some Lucifer. There's my divination stuff. There's some more white candles. There's so much in there. There's... Oh, fuck. I can't even. That's just... Hopefully, I only got to carry that. Hopefully. But not usually. I got rid of my purse. I got a new purse. It's got a little backpack thing to it. Yep. Then there's all this. Right? These are all my candles. We already went through all this. And all my herbs and shit. And then all my fucking crazy-ass oils. Alright? Then we've got all of my cards. And all the books that go with them. But then there's this. That's all real divination shit and all my altar shit. Yeah, my boots is torn up, dude, but that's okay. Them boots was made for walking, and that's exactly what the fuck I be doing. This is my scary heavy duty. This is the heavy duty that I do on serious, you know what I mean? That has to do with native rituals and Earth Star activations and stuff. What's in there? My cloak. There's a dream catcher in there. There's very specific candles. A lot of these crazy bags. Look at this cool bag I just got. It was Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh bag, right? It's like they bring their spirits to me. What does that have to do? I don't know. It's just the beginning. Trust me. They'll be back. He was in the spirit. I have all these little bags because I carry all this. I have to have all of these different draperies to put it down to hold the magic in. What's in there? What's in there? Holy water that I just got from Mother Cabrini Shrine. right? Lots of different ones from different times. Oh, fuck, this thing is scary. This has spirits in it. I forgot about. Ooh. Oh, and then there's this. There's my rabbit. Oh, I love my rabbit. But there's more in there. I feel it. There's something else in there. No, it's just my rabbit. There's all kinds of shit. There's special candles in there. There's special stuff. There's a whole box in there where I burn very special, I mean, all kinds of shit. But there's this, it just keeps going. And then there's my Bibles. Then this is like my books and more shit and more shit and more shit. And it's just, it's like, which bag are we carrying? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and that's like, what energy am I working with? What God am I working with? How do I work with this? I have all the tools to work with, you know, and that's what it is. As I accelerated, and I'm being guided right now because this was already sitting out, I started out with something simple as sage, a couple of stones, a necklace, a book. Little by little, my spirit would guide me to get things that we still haven't fully used, but when the time is right. And that's it. I'm a full mobile healing station. I could come to you with any gods and all gods, and we can get God up in this. You know what I mean? Any of them. Who told me to do this? The God himself of those things. As I learned, as I went through these, and it happens you're not paying attention. Who did we get this month, or this Sunday, or this week? Come on, you're not paying attention at all, any of you. Every week as I ascend, I get new leaders and I get new teachings, you know what I mean? New understandings, we go into deeper understandings with deeper guides. And by doing so, they also teach me other ways of, ceremonial magic, how to honor these gods and how they did it back in their days, right? So example, these candles. I was guided to get these candles. I've had them since the beginning. Only later did I find out that beeswax candles was a representation of Venus, which is bringing love into the situation. White sage. I didn't know what I was doing. I used to hate sage. When I moved to California, I was like, these fucking hippie fuckers. Well, I still can't stand patchouli. I love sage now, though. Love it. I learned how about blowing in it and thinking about it was putting your intentions in it. I learned how that smoke would travel through all the realms and how I could send literally smoke signals, stuff like that. I learned all of this because I was taught in a meditative state by a guide of that actual, of that religion, right? So next thing is, let's see, bags contain such things as candle holders, candles, lighters, matches, cords of many colors. I have like one little bit of, I don't do a lot of cord cutting. In many colors for magical use. Crowns for high priests and high priestesses. Various items special to particular deities we work with. All right. Muddy boots with a paper clip. Let's see. I call my Irish regala now. The tongue very firm and cheek consist of such things as, now when she goes to certain places, she brings out her muddy boots that you just saw with the paper clip in place of the broken zipper. I have other boots. I have ceremonial boots. I have different shoes. I have to be in a certain outfit. I bought a pair of Kim Kardashian's comfies that are made out of a certain kind of wool that I have to wear on top of my clothes or usually carry with me to a lot of these rituals. But because of that, I even wear them for snow removal. I put them over my clothes. They keep all the snow off of it. They retain all the cold, and I don't catch no air. But those are considered my ritual pants, is the comfies from Kim Kardashian. I know, right, bitch? They were expensive, and I bought them when I was fat, so they're 2 sizes too big, and that's why I can wear them on top of my clothes now. Great things, aren't they? Yeah, they're all tore back, but they look like those boots. Like, do you wear them? I mean, not consciously. I have so many other pretty shoes, but you know what I mean? That's what those look like. Yeah, I'd be where am I stomping in those? You don't even want to know. A label phone mic so I can record sacred sites, access videos as part of my community service. That's it. I got to have my phone so I could take pictures of this shit to show you that I'm doing this shit and how it's done. Providing authentic connection to Ireland if that's what I'm doing that day. And that's it. I bring you to the spirit like this. You know what I mean? I bring the spirit to you. A sharp knife so I can cut away some rubbish that people have that leave tied to our trees in a mistake or ignorant attempt to copy old rag tree magic. I don't have that in my purse. In my purse. And what's in the purse? I mean, they all have some shit. And this one, all I have in this one, I was carrying that black candle until I started doing some work with it. I have specifically 3 oils that I've been working with. My Kanyan I keep here or taking with me. So this was my keepsake, which is Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Lilith. This is my Lilith and Kali. This is just about done. This is my gateway, which was my 14 goddesses. No, this was something else that I had made. Inside of it, a little pair of scissors and all of my charms and some herbs. I showed you all of this. So that's what I'm currently carrying in my purse. What else? Oh, I have some other oil too. What is it? Where's that other oil? Oh, shit. This one. I lost it, though. I lost the cover for it, and I have some other oils. And then, yeah, I usually have candles somewhere, always, and shit like that, and I'm always got some shit. I'm, like, always prepared for some darkness and some shit. I typically keep, you know what I mean? Oh, there's more shit falling. I keep this in the car, or I'll keep some in the car, because I just light them in places. Just light fucking incenses in all kinds of places. Let's see, a sharp knife, but I also have my Athemi. It's just it's in my other bag. That's this one. I think it's in here. I had to get one of those too. And that I really don't use for cutting anything. I cut herbs and I bring them with me. That's a whole nother, this fucking bag. Good God. Lord, please. Why am I gonna bring everything out? Oh, bring it out, bring it out. Show them what's all in there. I really don't want to, Lord. I really don't want to, Lord. Hold on, guys. This is part of it. I gotta show you it to make it real. Okay, again, these are my white candles I just pulled out of there. Further in there is more candles. This came out of that bag. That's rose water to wash yourself off. Probably some paperwork. Okay, but this is my most common bag that I carry. Right? There's all kinds of herbs and shit in there. Where's the Athemi? It's back here. Oh, mushrooms. Mushrooms. Yeah. More herbs. Where is that thing? It might not be in here. I don't know. There's all kinds of weird shit in there. Oils, pins, you know what I mean, for making my little thing. Oh, this is supposed to be in there, and usually I keep my Athemi in it, but it's got all kinds of other shit in there, like seeds and stuff. Hold on. He wants me to show you this bag. And what's in the bag? All kinds of more shit. So these are to feed the animals. Those are usually, I'm all out. Those are nuts and seeds and dates and stuff. Here's my pestle motor. These are for any kind of little, you know what I mean, brews and shit I'll put together. Like, damn, you're a whole ass bitch. I am. These are my business cards. I really am a business, if you didn't know. I am a business. Did you know me? The High Priestess Phoenix. I'm your spiritual healer. I do all this crazy shit. You can find me on YouTube. This was my first voodoo bag. It was just a purse that I carried when I would go hiking, but then it became filled with all kinds of herbs. And inside of it, it has all kinds of shit. Is that Milia? Okay. It has all kinds of leftover herbs that I keep as very special. Because it's got, you know what I mean, it's got red rocks dirt and graveyard dirt. It's got, if you stick your hand in there, you'll probably catch a bunch of owies too. It's got all kinds of stuff, stones. There's probably pins in there. You're like, ew, you have a bunch of dirt? Yeah, but that's sacred dirt, bro. What else is in there? A little digger. All kinds of, like, what the fuck, bitch? Yeah. I'm just like a little bit of a weirdo. This is why my hands are always dirty. Hey, you never know when you might start a period. Might need that. What is this? Candula? Oh, I lied. I have twine. You fucking bitch. What's that? Oh, lots of candles. We need lots of candles when we're out there doing our bullshit. Like, you fucking bitch. What the fuck is all this shit? I know, right? Let me grab my purse. Cinnamon sticks, I'm sure. Cinnamon chips. Yep, all kinds of shit. What is this? That would be yerba santa. There are all kinds of it. Oh, we need another candle. Definitely need some gloves with our fingers open so we're not setting them on fire. Right? And then it gets worse. And then you need a hair cover. You got to keep your crown. Might need to put up some, some pictures of somebody while we're praying to them. Lots of little doohickeys. Might need to blend some shit. Oh, we have a blend from another time. Right? What's in here? Oh, that would be cinnamon and lots of baby feathers and some lavender. What is that, bitch? Magic. And then they gave me the witch laugh. Hold on, it gets better. It always gets better. And what's behind door number 3? Oh, there's my Atheme. Behind door number 3 is the Atheme. It's not really, it won't hurt no one. I mean, if I stuck you real hard, it might hurt you, but I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to cut down, as you can see. I'd be digging up dirt and shit and stuff with it. That's all I do with that. Inside of here is some graveyard dirt, some holy water, some really essential, some oils and some stuff. All kinds of shit. You're like, damn, bitch, you carry all this shit. Depends. Sometimes. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes. A lot of ritual work. And that's it, is I'm honoring gods. I've had to do it in public places like you wouldn't believe. You want the bubble wrap? Go ahead, just give me the candles. She wants the bubble wrap. And you're like, where did you get it all? I mean, you know I don't have money, and if you watch my videos one by one, it all comes to me. Oh, let's put the mushrooms away. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, I was gonna eat them.
I know. Give me those. White candles for what? Cleansing and purity. Each of the candles. Oh, we need to put this back. So now you got all into my mess, but that's just that bag. You know what I mean? When I went to do rituals for, you know, the Native Americans when I was in Yuma, I had to bring this bag out and all kinds of other shit. I have to do all kinds of shit, bro. So yeah, it's not very organized at this particular moment. We're trying to get through this shit. Fucking shit. Fucking shit. And that's it. It's like, I was called. By who? A higher source. Do you really want to be specific? Right now, animals, sacred geometry, dolphins, and the witchhood is what we're supposed to be getting into. And I just wanted to, I was only supposed to read one page of this. What else does she say is in hers? A sharp knife, a couple rubbish bags, some gloves that I can clean up the rubbish that people have left around, which is trash bags, because she's totally British. A can of energy drink at a holy well, which sounds like a grand, safe night at fun. And that's it. You start picking up other people's trash and stuff as you're out there. Usually a natural stone or two that I may or may not live in my pockets at the time, and that's it. You always have some kind of stones on you. A woolly hat and gloves. Oh my gosh, can I show you this new one? What did you call it, Milia?
What?
This fucking thing that I put on my head?
A hijab?
She called it a hijab.
Because you like, that's like an exact hijab.
I do that, dude. I do it by accident with my towels, dude. I watch myself do it. So I found this at the...
You're in big trouble.
I found this at the... Sorry. I found this at the fucking... at the clothing bank. It's just you put it over your head, and you're supposed to be able to cover yourself from the snow. But as soon as I did it, my daughter did not like how I did it.
See, look, you did it exactly like that. That's a hijab.
That's how you wear it, though. It falls just like that.
Okay, but that thing right there is...
And so when I wrapped it around, she thought it was inappropriate. But I promise you,
it's
look.
really bad. You're not Muslim. You can't be doing that. You're not Muslim.
It's made like that. She didn't like it. Anyway, so stuff like that. I have to keep I always have gloves and a hat, extra jackets. Fucking, my thing is I have to have scarves. I'm cool as long as nothing's touching my neck. I don't like when shit is touching my neck. So I found that today. It was really cool. It covered my head and my neck, and then I could put a beanie over it, and I'm completely covered. But then she was like, no, that looks like this. I'm like, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like I'm going to be warm. Anyways, a woolly hat and gloves, usually because it's Ireland. My hunter's jacket with the butt flap that zips down so my arse doesn't get wet. I have different jackets. I have a long black jacket that looks like a trench coat, my Calvin Klein one. But then I have my big fluffy one, my DKNY jacket that's really just a puffy jacket that I like because I could wear a bunch of layers in it. I don't worry about it. Usually when I put on those pants, I just, those sit on anything. Let's see. A small quart glass bottle for collecting samples of water from sacred sites. I showed you. I have all those little things. Note, I don't advocate collecting or moving stones or rocks or soil, but water is entirely sustainable. And that's it. I'm not guided to take the land with me, only certain times. A small bag of wild bird and animal food mix that I can leave as offerings if appropriate. Did I start making this stuff? No, I started doing this all on my own. Mr. Plum gave me bird seed when I was down there, and we started doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? When I had leftover when I go to food banks and I have, you know what I mean, they give me mixed nuts and fruits and stuff like that are, fucking, what do they call it? What do they call that shit? I forgot what it's called. Trail mix. Stuff that you're supposed to keep with you. I keep it, but I give it to the animals as offerings when I'm there. An emergency miniature bottle of whiskey or mead. I don't keep that, but that is that they call for it a lot. They call for liquor. They really do, and I've had to make many offerings where it's like, I don't have this. The last item I can use as an offering or steady my nerves little after the encounter. It can go either way. All right, so then it goes into this stuff. It says the propitiation and the petition of a deity, right? And that's, invoking of a deity and all of that stuff. So anyways, I just wanted to point out, it's like, why am I doing this? Because I'm called to do it. It's part of my job. I don't get to choose when or where. You know what I mean? You're like, this is like the 6th time today. Bro, in the beginning, there's videos where they had me on here every 13 fucking minutes, bro. They would take me out to do something and then put me on, make an hour video about what they just took me to do. And then I'd get off the video, and before I could even eat a meal, I was doing another video, and another video, and another video. When they speak, that's it. I'm filled with something, and I have to get it out of me, and I don't know what it is, but I'm directed to do this. It's true. It's very true. And at the same time, it's like, is there an entity inside of me? No, there's an energy calling to me that needs me to speak for it. And that goes back to, yeah, I'm your oracle. So here's another great one that I was took into. When I first got these, I had to do a big ritual, one of my first rituals. I bought these cards, and this witch came up. She said she did cards, and she was a witch. She's like, those are cool. Where did you get those? I said, I just got them today. She's like, those are cool. I was like, take them. She said, are you serious? I said, yeah. She said, but you just got them. I said, I know, but I can get more. I live in town, and I'm being guided to give them to you. She said, are you serious? I said, yeah. Fast forward, a year later, I came back to do more ceremonial work. She saw me. Hey, I saw your car. Are you up here? I said, yeah, I'm about to do a dance naked in the woods. You want to come? No, I can't do that because of my job, but I'll watch out for you. And then she cashed out me the money, and I bought a new pack as soon as I got down the hill. But it was meant to be. It's like sometimes God just uses you for some other shit. This was one of the first ones about magic. So let's see where we're talking. If they pull astral travels again, I'm going to be like, what the fuck? We already talked about this a billion times. What are we talking about? Oh, Bridge. She's coming. I'm coming. Who's me? That's me. That's my next energy that I'll be flowing into. That's me. They want you to know more about me. What?
Bluetooth on?
Is my Bluetooth on? Maybe. Yeah, it is. Go ahead. That's me. That's the next part of me that we're rolling into, but not till February. 25. I'm like, that's me. It could be you. It's another one of my incarnations. All right. Psychic Flames, 333, Sacred Milk, Druid Magic. A goddess of the Celtic pantheon, according to the legend, Bridge was the daughter of the pagan Irish king and also fictitious slave who converted to Christianity. Okay. What do you think I am doing here now as a servant of Christ and a pagan high priestess? What may I have to learn in this life that I didn't, experience in my last life? Interesting, right? Anyways, she is also referred to as the bride in Scotland or Brigatana in England. I have many names. Even before her birth, the story was littered with magical omens and divine signs. Her mother gave birth to Bridge at sunrise, while literally at the threshold of her home, with one foot on either side. When Bridge was still a babe, a druid witnessed 3 fire angels anointing the child with oil and sprinkling her body with holy water, and the druids took her in and raised her on the milk from the magical cow. Did we not just read all of that in my pagan priesthood? Today, Bridge is the patroness of poetry, medicine, and divination, craftsmanship, and she is venerated at the shrines and churches and wells. She is invoked for fertility, prosperity, healing, and prophecy. The survival of her legacy echoes so strongly throughout history that her path is said to overlap with various legends, including the famed wizard of Avalon, Merlin himself. It is hard, and that's why I always... Don't even get me started. Nobody wrote that song, because I guess I need to write it. And it is said that the holy debate that the Saint Bridge of Ireland is in fact the canonized identity of the goddess herself. When Irish and Scot-Irish indentured servants were deported to Haiti during the 17th century, Now, mind you, I told you, the last time I was here was in the 1700s. Bridge was said to have transformed to become Mama Bridge in the Voodoo pantheon. Even in that form, she was invoked for protection of the children. Her visage is represented by the hearth fire and the perpetual flame, and she is often worshipped in conjunction with the god Cernunnos. She is instinctively recognized for her fiery red hair, resembling the sacred fire she was anointed into at birth. Her feast days are the 1st and the 2nd of February, and in Ireland it is traditional craft a St. Bridge cross from the stems of the juncus flower, also common known as rushes. All right, pure wisdom. Mother and midwife to all beings on earth, Bridge arrives at the name of the divine and extends her arms to you in embrace. She grants you health and healing and works deeply within the chakras that govern expression, compassion, and sacred connection. She reminds us to place importance on creative liberty and to discover the power in a vulnerable heart. The triple goddess walks towards you from the forest and sends you out her eternal flame to you. The protective warmth of life is returning and the joy is soon to come. Her breath restores life to the dead and offers wisdom to all who are able to shed their egos. Pure magic spell. Create a personal offering to the life-giving goddess with a hand-woven sweetgrass cross. I showed you my sweetgrass in there. And that's why it's woven like that, is because you can weave the sweetgrass. It comes woven. This is sweetgrass. It comes woven in braids. And it's very expensive for a braid of it. You don't play around with it. I don't. If I cut it at just a little bit at a time and I mix it, not too much. You can see where I've cut it. All right? So you'll take that and you'll make a cross out of it, and it teaches you how to do it. It teaches you exactly what is the cross. You've seen them before, right? So that's what you can do. You can either do it with that or with reeds if you don't have sweetgrass. Sweetgrass is expensive. And then comes the Burning Man. I have one of those too. I've had to do all of these incantations and stuff like that. So that's just confirmation to the energy that's coming, which is Beltane. It's the first light. It's the halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. It means that we're halfway through this shit. We're almost over. It's almost over. On February, we're halfway there. Which I think is probably when they pull that Groundhog Day bullshit, where they try to see if it sees its shadow. Go figure. His shadow. Whatever, shadow boxer. We're going to check some cards. I got 2 for the price of 1 in this bag. So we're going to check one of each. We've got Sacred Geometry and some Animal Oracles. Pick a card. Any card. Which one? That one? I feel it.
I want to pick one.
Okay, you want to pick another one?
Oh, my feet are on fire.
Did you have fun?
They started talking to this weird guy and asked him for stuff, so I walked away.
Yeah, we don't talk to guys.
They didn't even know him.
Exactly.
He was some weird white
Ooh,
boy.
what'd you pull? That's pretty.
Oh, the shirt.
Dancing Prayers.
Remember the shirt?
Dancing in the moonlight. We were talking about music activation, guys. Yeah, you can pick another one out of this one.
Do you remember the shirt that I got?
Oh, my daughter got a shirt, and it's got the death card from tarot.
I thought it was
I don't know where it is. It's really cool. I put it away. It's down there. Come pick a card. We're not going to do that. I'll take a picture of the shirt. Yeah, it was the death card in tarot. What did you get?
Salamander fire.
Salamander. What? I've never pulled the salamander. Or the dancing prayers. Good call. Touche.
I thought you were going to do 3 for 3 spots.
No, we're just doing that for right now. That's cool. Let's do the salamander. That's cool. I've never pulled the salamander. I went to the turtle and the stag. I've never pulled the salamander. I'm intrigued. Are you intrigued? What's the salamander going to bring us? What kind of message does a salamander teach you? What can you learn from a salamander's life? If I could learn how to spell it. Here we go. Fire, renewal, testing, tribulation, transformation. Get the fuck out of my... The same old message in a different form. All right, fine. On page 131. The salamander is one of the most frequently mentioned creatures in early magical and alchemic texts. We're still going through alchemical transformation. Congratulations. They were intrinsically linked to fire and were taught by many, and that's what bridges the fire. We're going into the fire. The fires, the fire, the fire. We know this. Were taught by many to spring directly from flame. Into 1500, Leonardo da Vinci wrote the following of the salamander. This has no digestive organs and gets no food but from the fire, in which it constantly renews its scaly skin, the salamander which renews its scaly skin in the fire for virtue. The connection with the fire likely originates from the fact that many species of the salamander hibernate in old wood logs. When said logs were brought indoors and put in the fire, escaping salamanders seemed to appear magically as though created by the flames. Because of this association with fire, salamanders featured prominently in folk cures for burns. Indeed, the Irish superstition was that a person could be bestowed with the power to heal burns if they licked the entire body of a lizard very thoroughly.
Sounds like you're gonna get high.
In this belief that doing so would transfer the burn healing powers to the person's tongue, they could thus heal burns by licking them. The theme of renewal and regeneration is furthered by the salamander's ability to regrow their tails. Incredibly, the regenerative power is capable of restoring more than a tail. Salamanders can actually grow back eyes, upper and lower jaws, and even their hearts. Interesting. In a reading, the salamander is a potent symbol of fire and its power to comfort, heat, transform, and destroy. In the farm fields as well as in forests, fire cleanses and restores nutrients to the earth. This is supposed to bring you, this is what I get. They're supposed to be bringing you, again, comfort during this time. This in turn increases the productivity of the soil and makes way for new and better growth. This can be a useful metaphor to remember when we are in the midst of difficulty. At times, our tribulations may seem more than we are able to bear, but if we trust the flames and pass through them, Lewis, you're in, Lewis. But if we trust the flames and pass through them, we have the opportunity for enormous growth and renewal. Lewis jumped ship. When shit got tough, Lewis got the fuck out of there. He had no loyalty. What happened to Together We Rise? No, he took off and tried to fucking make himself bigger and better. You know what I mean? Going back to Mercedes. They were having a difficult time. And he couldn't weather the storm with them. He couldn't pass through the flames. They're gonna get better. They're gonna figure it out. It's Mercedes. They're going to figure it out. But just like every other team, just like McLaren had their chance, they had to learn how to figure this new technology out, this new era out. Just like Mercedes, just like Aston Martin, all of them. You fucking clown. You don't jump ship when shit gets hard. You don't abandon your fucking troops just because the game doesn't look like we're going to get a win this year. I'm going to go play for the other team because they look like they're a winning team and you guys don't look like you're going to get it next year. You're going to get it this year, Mr. Winner. You wiener. You're going through the flames on this one, bro. And that's really what happened, you know what I mean? Lewis he abandoned shit, bro. He left his troops in their hardest hour, meaning they weren't winning. And you weren't going to stick by their side. You know what I mean? You're a fair weather fan, and when they were going through the storms, you fucking jumped ship on them. Is what I got out of that, Lewis Hamilton, or whatever your mommy's new name is. And that's another thing too. You think you could just move to another town, change your clothes, change your name, and you're a new person? You're a fucking loser. You don't stand for shit. You don't stand for Ferrari, and you no longer stand for you know what I mean, for Mercedes. You don't stand for shit, bro. You're not a winner. You're a fucking loser. You stand alone. You against the world, right? Nobody rises with that kind of attitude, bro. And that's the truth. And that's why George Russell is going to get the next fucking trophy for Mercedes, bro. Because he stood it out. And that's why he's there. Is because he stood it out. He had to stick with a fucking losing team. until he could become a winner. And you don't understand what that means. But you're going to learn the hard way, motherfucker. You can't just run away and put on new clothes and put on a new name and put on a new fucking destiny. You're destined to lose until you understand what that means. You understand what really, in the fire, how a real winner is fucking forged. You don't understand it. You took 1 year of 2 years. What about the rest of them that have been losing their whole career but still have a winning mentality and don't abandon their fucking teams and don't take it out on their fucking coaches and on the fucking other drivers and don't make shit excuses about the track and about the cars and about, everything else and just want to run away. There's those of us that fight and there's those of us that flight. And your ass is always on the road, aren't you? You're always running. Keep running, running, running. That's what I mean about it, bro. At times of our tribulation, we may see more than we are able to bear. But if we trust the flames and pass through them, we will have an opportunity for enormous growth and renewal. If you would have just stuck it out with them, they would have given you your dreams. Because your dream was their dream. But you shit on everyone's dream, trying to have I can't stand you, Lewis Hamilton. And that's it. You made a really bad fucking call, bro. A very selfish call in abandoning ship like that. You did. You turned against your country, too. Italy. You raced for Italy. Your flag now, you're going to carry an Italian flag. You're a disgrace to your ancestors. You're a disgrace to the sport. You're a disgrace to athletes. You're a disgrace to the skin you wear. Because you couldn't weather the storms. There was no gain for you to weather such storms. No, everybody loves a comeback story. But you ain't coming back from what you've done. Because you didn't fucking even enjoy it. You didn't even take the ride. You were too scared. You ran. You ran to somebody else to fix your problems. You were the problem. That's why Mercedes started losing. It wasn't Mercedes. It was you and your energy. And all you did was take that energy over to fucking Ferrari, which is absolute karma to the Italians. And they're going to feel it too. Their whole fucking country is going to say, you brought this black man. You brought this to our country. You brought this evil to our country. You cursed our names. You cursed our cars. Did they, or did you, or did all of you do this with your own self-gains and wants and competitiveness? Can't wait for that new season. Embracing the spirit of the salamander is to connect with the fire in yourself, to live with enthusiasm and passion. Are you claiming the full share of your personal power? If not, what is holding you back? If you are suffering loss or have started out in a position of disadvantage that feels insurmountable, don't despair. Remember a little salamander who can carry on and restore itself, even from the most grievous injuries. That's it. You could have came back. You can't come back from this. You can't go running back to them after what you've done. You did more than this. And why did you do it? For your own self-gain. And that's, talk about the mark of a beast. That was beastly, bro. Instead of focusing on what you lack, find ways to transform your pain into growth. Welcome the fire of competition, ambition, passion. Welcome the pain of flames, and then shake off the ashes and rise. That's it. You couldn't rise through the ashes, bro. You had to run away from the fucking fire. With your tail between your legs, bro. In a negative aspect, the salamander reminds us of destructive power of the flame. While it is a tool of transformation, it can also consume and leave nothing behind. Fire can be symbolic of anger, resentment, and ambition. And that's it. He was mad. He was resentful, and he wasn't getting, his ambitions weren't being met. We want to live with passion and pursue prosperity, but we should also do the work of constantly examining our motivations. Why'd you do this? If you ask Lewis why he left Mercedes after Mercedes gave him a life, because I wanted to win. What? Mercedes was the reason you won. They gave you a winning car. And when they couldn't give you a winning car, you couldn't make it through. You couldn't wait until they could figure out the car problems to make another winning car. Are you driven by resentment or anger? Are you trying to overcome some internal lack with external achievements? Russ, are you still trying to get a Grammy? Right? Are you focused on achievement that you lost sight of the thing that brings balance to your life? The salamander can be indicative of anything in our lives that is all-consuming: addiction, obsession, worry, jealousy. The salamander cautioned us to avoid burnout by tending to the other elements, the calming waters of spirituality and creativity, the airy realms of intellect, and the comfort of earth. That was a good one. They went straight after his throat. I mean, honestly, cutthroat. What he did was cutthroat, bro. He abandoned everything he supposedly stood for. That stupid fucking slogan, "Together we rise." No, when you fall, I'm out of here. That's what happened. That's what happened. You didn't help nobody rise. And that's what I said about your affiliation to the Broncos. Stay the fuck out of our energy. You have a losing energy. Second you go to speak on us, then we lose. Stay away from us. We're winning without you. Why? Because we're in the right energy. We're willing to play the game. You only want to win. And you have nothing to say to us unless we're winning, right? You only care about the Broncos if they're winning. You only care about people if they're winning. Where's that come from? A projection of yourself? You're only important if you're winning? You're going to be a very important loser going forward. They're going to make your loss very important. That's all we're going to talk about. That's all that's going to be told, is your loss. Very similar to Kanye West. Isn't that your friend? Isn't that who you share your music with, your vibration? He puts his approval, his stamp of approval on your creativity. Okay, 38. Damn, that's like blowing all in my face, bitch. Like all in my face. It says Luna and the volcano. I shared that. The volcano erupted in Hawaii after we were reading all that shit about the Lumerians and that big shift. It really did. Crazy. Page 85. Was that the year you were born in, Lewis? Sorry, you can keep this on. Just don't blow that shit all in my face, bro. That's all in my face. All right, Passion and Kundalini. On page 91. This card uses the geometry of the flower and fruit of life as the background for the exuberant expression of joy and passionate embrace of living. The dancer is entranced with the fire of life, becoming the dance, becoming passion. She embodies moving Kundalini energy. I do that. And you can tell that I'm not dancing like a normal person. I move in a hip-hop form, but once I put my finger movements into it, and I'm doing this, and I'm moving them in such ways, you know that I'm doing something other than just dancing. Even though, yeah, you can hear E40, 40 water, but wait, she's using all of those, she's using mantras with her hands. What is she doing? She's like fully getting down in her car with mantras in her hands. Choosing this card finds you filled with the passion, and some important occurrence is that nearly uncontainable. This fire burns so brightly that it can be seen by others in your face. Joy and laughter comes to you easily as you become aware that passion is dynamic moving force in your life. Dude, I shared this shit earlier. It was something about, I don't even know, penis fish. Koreans eat penis fish, and I started laughing so hard I couldn't stop for so long. I was like, they eat fish dick? And I just started laughing like so hard. I could hear other people when I posted it. It's like, she's so funny. Can you hear me dying over this? I'm dying. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And it's that. I'm just filled with so much joy. Everything is just so fucking hilarious to me. It's so fun. Everything is just too much right now. Joy and laughter comes to you easily as you become aware of the passion of that passion is a dynamic force in your life. This passion may be the love or work or artistry. And that's earlier today when I said that. That was the coolest shit I ever said. I was laughing so hard. I was like, I just told the cop where to cop. It was the coolest thing I ever saw. Somebody get this down. We need to make a song out of all this great shit that's coming out of me. What is it? No, I'll eat my own. You may feel that this passion comes from or is directed towards another. No, however, the beauty of your dance comes truly from who you are and the decisions you are making to get joy and creative energy moving through your life. And that's it. Your options are to do a reading where you get to channel for the divine and have a good laugh and filled with energy, or get in the car and pick up a bunch of people that drain your energy. Survey says, honor your passion and feel it down. And that's it. As I'm sitting here looking for confirmation. Well, they said that you're probably, and that's where it said, possible snow removal shifts. Friday, day or night shift. Saturday, day or night shift. Are you on call? I'm like, I guess. I'm ready. Honor your passion and fill it down to the cellular level. It is the fire that feeds you love. It is the juice from which genius arrives. So then I was thinking to myself, well, they have work aligned for me if I'm not going to work right now. They told me to do this type of work right now. And then I look up and what's going on around me. Can I do it? My daughter's having the time of her life. Go do this. Let her have fun. And then we'll get back to regular life. It's called the Kundalini. Reverse. You're feeling a lack of passion in your life and dullness of complacency. It's time to take action. Get on the floor, kick up your heels, throw your head back, and feel the passion of living. Get down on it. Get down. Do you ever just dance? I told you that is, I said that over the summer for the new people. That's where I'm trying to get you to a place. If I can get you to a place where I am, where you can dance freely in the middle of the day, in the middle of traffic, wherever you know for a fact that all these people are looking at you and you don't care, and you could just turn up the music and dance harder for them, just give them this show, then you are a full expression of God. When you can let that much love and joy into your body, where you can fully be free to let your body move with the sound of music, and not worry about how it affects people, but just know that your effect is a good effect, that just in the back of your head, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're watching me, to watch people, watch me be happy. I hope this makes you happy. I know you're watching me. Feel the vibes, feel the vibes, feel the burn is what I think. I know they can see me as I'm driving by, moving my hands and dancing and moving my shoulders, and the music is bumping. I know they can see me. I know this. Now, what is it? Do I think that they're seeing me and saying something bad? Or do I tell my mind they're seeing me and feeling good? They feel good. Look at her. And I do. I stop the crowd. Whatever you were thinking about before you saw this bitch go blowing by you, I just changed your energy. And most of them, they'll do it. They'll try to catch up to me. They want to see it again. Let me pull up on her. I want to see who is this girl? What is she doing? They'll roll down their windows to see if they can see what I'm listening to. They want to see. They're captivated. What is she so happy about? Why can't she look at this girl in her car? And they'll tell their friends, look at this girl. Look at her dancing. They'll put me in the middle of traffic, and I'll do it. Why? Because I can. Because I don't care what's happening around me. I can turn up this music and be in a whole vibe. And my vibe, well, sometimes, yeah. And my vibe can change the whole vibe of this traffic around me. Anybody that places their eyes upon me is going to be filled with an energy. If you can do that freely, then you are an expression of God. And that's what we got to do when we get to the Vatican. We have to dance all over there. We have to dance every step of the way. How many steps? I don't know. You better start practicing, dude. How good's your cardio? How long can you move? It's a lot of dance. How long can you flow with the energy of music? The Egyptians knew it. We knew how to move everything with music, frequencies, radio frequencies. That's why I'm working so hard with these musicians. I said magicians. I'm trying to make them magically delicious. Right now they suck. They're just pulling out devil music, as we said yesterday. The devil worship and shit. I know, and go figure. Fucking Marshall makes a fucking song called Lucifer. Yeah, you make all that shit. Zeus. What was it? The dark skin of Zeus? Yeah, we talked about that.
Zeus didn't do anything bad.
Yeah, Zeus didn't do anything bad. He only did anybody. Hey, you want to pick a card, CJ? No, you picked the last two. He said he wanted to pick one.
He said nothing.
What you got? Wish fulfilling. Ooh. That's a good sign. That's a good one. Let's see. Nancy Clemens. Hidden treasure is what I turned to on 117. Ooh. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow's 117. Interesting. Predators. Wish fulfilling. Surrender. Telepathy. Timing. Visions. Whale of a tail. There it is. On page 341. When our hearts extend a silent prayer or wish, unimpeded by doubt, concepts, or limitations, the wish often comes true. That was my daughter. She was rolling around on the bed. I'm so bored. I just want to hang out with some friends. I just want to go to school. I just want to make some friends. I was like, I just made a video about you're not going to school. I'm so bored. And then all of a sudden, they came knocking on the door and came and played with her. She manifested that. She wanted something to do. She wanted someone to play with. She was bored. So the universe heard her cries. You could not hear her. She was being very obnoxious about it. And so God answered her prayers. Reward for hard work. Our wishes are good if they cause no harm to anyone else. Our heart's desires manifest, extends our wishes from an ultimate heart and mind. Complete confidence and faith is the secret to having our wishes come true, if they are of the highest good. If we protect our wish strongly in a relaxed state of heart and mind, then let go of the wish, it often seems to be fulfilled more surely and quickly. Wishing on a star. How does a wish work? How does a prayer work? Faith? Belief? What is it? I'm asking you for something, God. Well, let's start with, is it of the highest good for everyone? Are you asking for something that's only good for you and may cause harm for other people if he gives it to you? Is it going to be harmful for you? If I give you this new car, are you going to be able to afford it? If I give you this new house, can you keep it up, or is this going to be more problems for you? If I give you that girl, is that girl really going to be good to you, or is this going to be a problem for you? Is what you don't understand. When you're asking him for such things, you don't understand what you're asking him for. God only says two answers, and one of them it comes with a stipulation. Yes or no. You can ask him right away, and you know what his answer is. Now, if he says yes, the stipulation is you're going to have to wait. Till when? When he says. He says, all right, I'll give it to you, but not right yet. Not right this second. Meaning, I'm not going to give you everything you want every fucking moment you want it. You're going to have to wait a minute. I'm taking care of other things that you need. I'm trying to give you dinner right now. I'm trying to give you, you want to go out on the fucking vacation then during summer. You want all these plans for Christmas. I'm trying to take care of all that. I can't take care of that right this minute, but I will get to that too. If you trust me, I'll take care of it. And that's it too. My kids come to me and they ask me for something. It's either yes or no, or I'll do my best. Meaning, you're going to have to wait for a while for me to figure that one out. The answer is yes or no, or you're going to have to wait. And that's it. Which is typically yes. Why would he tell you no? The only reason he's going to tell you no is because it's going to harm you or someone else. That's it. That's it. So what are you asking him for? Oh God, can you make my life easier? No. No, I'm not going to. I made this life for you, challenging, and the challenge is just for you. These are your challenges. God, can you give me this, can you make my life easier? Is pretty much what you're asking him for all the time. You want him to bring you something that will make your life easier. Careful what you wish for. You know what I mean? And that goes back to what I was saying in that love reading. What do you want from these people? I really just want them. What do you want from them? Let's be real. Why are you asking God for this person? I want God to give my health, to make my health good again. Why? So I can do the things I didn't do. What are you not doing right now? Well, I can't do the dishes like I used to. That sounds like a blessing to me. Did he find another way for the dishes to get done? Yeah. Okay, I can't walk. I don't have the same mobility. I can't make the bed and do all the things walk the dog and shit. I think he told you to stop worrying about chores, is what I heard. Is this a bad thing? You're like, oh no, but I just want to be young again. Why? You had your time. Why can't you respect that? Why are you asking for God for something that he wouldn't give to anyone else? He's not going to make their body, you know what I mean? He's not going to do that for other people. And that's it. It's like he doesn't favor you more or them less or none of that. If he's going to do it for you, he's got to do it for everyone. He's a faithful God. If he promises you, then he's got to make that promise for anyone else that asks too. You never thought about that, did you? Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your God. Is he just a wish fulfiller? Is he just here to, make all your dreams come true? Or are you fucking dreaming? Know thy father. You know what I mean? He's your father. He's not a fucking genie in a bottle. You can't rub him to get the right way. If we keep tampering with our wish, entertaining doubts or fears, or projecting a variety of lines upon our wish, then it may get lost out there somewhere. Visualization of the desired outcome along with our intention seems to strengthen the wish as it is shot into the creative void of manifestation, like an arrow. I don't know. I don't work from this. I don't work from my imagination. I work from an actual vision. He's already given to me. I didn't wish for this. He told me what to work at. You guys want things. I don't want. I mean, I want him to fix everything. Is what I mean. I don't sit here wanting a house every day. I don't sit here wanting a better life every day. I sit here wanting him to show me how this is going to work. And I want him to get to work. I don't want him to, you know what I mean? I don't want things. I want him to make things all good. There's a difference. It's like, not that I don't have desires and needs, but I don't sit there begging him because I know he knows what my desires or needs and that he's going to meet them in his time. So my only want is for him to work faster. But I know that that's not true either. And that's it. It's like you want him to come into your life, but what do you want him to change about your life when he's already created this life for you? What do you want me to tell God to do with your life that he's not doing for you right now? Tell God to stop it. Stop what? He's hurting me. Is he hurting you, or your feelings are hurting you? Because you don't have the endurance to go through this time right now. Are you the first human in Earth to go through this? Are you going through it properly? Or could you go through it a little bit better with a better attitude and more respect for what God is doing in your life and understand that he's done this to many people's lives? You want favor. You want the easy route. You want rich and famous. You want a perfect lover. You want a perfect house. You want a new car. You want all these things because you believe these things will make your life easier or better or more or whole because you don't have these things. There's many things I don't have, but I don't ask God for those things because he knows those things. He knows the things that I need, and he will provide them. So visualization is a desired outcome along with our intention, meaning this year I want to plan a vacation to, Europe. So you start making a vision board. You start creating this manifestation out of your mind, your wants. I want to go to Europe this year for spring break. So you start seeing how much it costs. You start doing the research. You start planning the plans. You start getting the tickets. You start paying for it. You did all this. God didn't answer your prayers. You did the work, and it was your prayer. It was your intentions. You made this happen. That's it. He didn't help you. He just didn't stand in your way. It was yours. He didn't give you the idea to go to Europe. You got the idea on your own. And he just allowed you to do what you wanted to do. Now, when you start doing those things and they don't work out, you get mad at him because he's not making it work for you. But you never asked him to help you. You just went on about your business. You didn't ask him to help you with any of this. And that's the difference between prayer. Is asking God to come in on your behalf and take this for you. Take care of this for you. You don't ask him to take care of shit. You tell him that you've got it. And when you don't got it, you get mad at him because he didn't take care of it for you. I'm guilty of it. I yell at him all the time. I be all in his face. I curse God with my mouth all the time. There's many videos of it. I curse him out. I curse him. And he just looks at me like, are you serious right now? I didn't do this. You did this. For what some people have been a secret desire for fame, fortune becomes fulfilled in another, more transcendent form. The desire for fame becomes the fulfillment of self-love and self-appreciation that no longer needs to seek outside for itself for affirmation. And that's it. At what point is Russ going to realize that he's already rich and famous? At what point is Marshall going to realize this? At what point is Lewis going to realize this? I can quit now. No, he won't. Like, at what point are you going to realize that you already got what you wanted? The desire for fortune becomes fulfilled in the riches of the inner serenity and the grace, which eases over old lifestyles and entangles crisis and trauma. I did not come for such things in this life. Never did. Some of you, that's all you ever wanted, was to be rich and famous.
$4.
Like, literally, that's all you wanted out of life. A positive wish that benefits everyone is a cause for celebration and joy when it is fulfilled. Sometimes we wish for things that may not be good for ourselves and others. Sometimes these wishes are fulfilled too, causing a ripple effect of complications and heartache. In this case, the cause and effect process is powerful and taking us through valuable life lessons. That's it. You get what you reap what you sow. You wanted this with all your heart. Now here, eat your food, Tina. The old saying goes, be careful what you wish for. You might get it. And that goes back to Russ. I wanted, you know what I mean? I wanted that version of Russ, and I'm glad I didn't get that version of Russ. That God said, no, you're not going to have him. She's going to have him. He needs her. Yeah, you're right. I could never be that girl. You would have destroyed me too. And in that separation, it's like, me not getting what I want, I got what I needed. Which is still a very extremely close relationship with him, my healing and lots of love for him, right? Lots more of love and understanding. It broke down a lot of barriers and not being with him. I didn't get what I wanted, but what if I would have? I would have been stuck with him in that situation. Neither one of us would have grown. I'd been tending to his ego and his career because I care about him so much. Just in that sense, I want to help you heal and make better music. I would have sacrificed my own healing and my own growth in essence for his growth and healing. Not good. Not good. Right? Our wishes and prayers may be manipulative if we're praying for someone else to become a Christian. If they are already practicing Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, Jewish, or Native American. And I was surprised. That was surprising to me. That Ali, who is, Islamic, is hanging out with a guy that's, making Jesus music. I was like, did you know about me, his pagan priestess witch? What if our prayers or wishes for someone else is a reflect of a personal agenda and our projection of what we think is good for them? It is important to add a clause to a wish or prayer for someone else. Let it be if it is in the highest good, while spoiled with the materialism but deprived of true love. Much of our Western culture reaches for even more complex technology and recreation to fill the void. Many in the technological societies are disconnected from the nature and their own emotions. We've been reading all about this. The desperation and ennui continues to swim under the surface, looking for a breath of fresh air and a ray of new hope. Many don't know what's right to wish for anymore and what would fulfill their inner heart. Sometimes by forgetting ourselves and our own wishes and desires, an ironic series of events comes to play. We may have given up on our wishes ever coming true and decide to do something charitable to help others. By losing ourselves in good works, we find happiness and joy by bringing some light into the lives of others who may be less fortunate. And that's it. That's what happened here. What am I doing? I forgot about my work. God's got me. He's going to take care of my bills. Let me take care of you guys. Why? Because this brings me joy. You know what I mean? The charitable work that I do for you by teaching you, you know what I mean? Having you know, bringing out all of this. You got to understand, I just showed you all of this. God gave me all of this stuff, not for me to know, But I do learn it, and I don't teach it to myself. I never pull any of this out by myself. I mean, there was times when they would, and I would pull out cards and I'd take a picture and show you what I've done by myself. But this is not just for me. It is for honoring the gods, but as tools to be a messenger for God to you guys. Right? So all of this investment that I have, all of this stuff that I just showed you is to do just this. And doing this brings me joy. You know what I mean? And that goes back to the conversation with Russ. What if you just let me do what I came here to do? What if you just let me heal you? You're not going to lose. You're going to get healed if you don't give up. Don't give up on me. This is what I do. I have all this stuff to do it. I do it. This is my life's purpose. I'm going to do it for you and everybody else till my dying breath. Is to teach everyone how to heal using all of this shit. Why don't you just let me do this with you? This is what I do. Why don't you let me heal you? And that's to the rest of you. Why won't you let me do what I'm here to do? I'm just here to help you. By losing ourselves in good works, we find happiness and joy that brings some light into the lives of others who may be less fortunate. By giving, we receive. By losing ourselves, we find ourselves. These old expressions are often so true. How many times have we seen that by forgetting ourselves in order to serve others, our own fortune shifts? Without even trying, our own wishes that had been pushed aside begin to manifest all around us, as if we had a personal genie. The Tibetan Buddhists have their own version of this, which they call wish fulfilling. Here we go back to Buddha. And it's a gem. A very high master such as Guru, here he comes, and they didn't pronounce his name the same way, Padmasambhava, who introduced Buddhism into Tibet, is sometimes referred to as the wish-fulfilling gem, as he and we contain within himself the full identity and radiance of enlightenment. He shows us that we have the same potential inside of us. All right, well, now you heard his. Now here we go. What did I just pull up before this? I pulled up the volcano, and I said it just went off in Hawaii. In 1996, I went to a 2-week trip to Hawaii with my family, and I was excited about swimming with the dolphins on the Big Island. I pulled out my teas, and I showed you that this is for the goddess Pel and for the volcanoes, and this is from the big... Remember, I showed it to you just the other day for my herbs. It's right here on top. When I was showing you my herbs, I showed you my teas. And I said, this is from Hawaii, known as the Big Island. Okay? In 1996, she was with their family swimming with the dolphins on Big Island. As we were flying to Hawaii, the retina of my right eye tore, leaving my vision specked with swirls of black dots. A trip to the ophthalmologist confirmed an unhappy news of a large and serious retinal tear. 2-week vacation was consumed with several trips to Honolulu and different laser surgeries. I had to lay completely still in a bed with patches over both eyes. If I moved and looked at something with a healthy eye, the injured one would scream in indescribable pain. I wondered why my wishes were frustrated in such a dramatic way. Perhaps I was not supposed to swim with the dolphins. Maybe the dolphins did not want a lot of people jumping into their habitat and disrupting their lives. I had been in boats with all of them all around me. They swam in lagoons a few yards from my home of 3 months in the island of Morena near Tahiti. I was with them in the Meridian Sea as a young teenager. Why, I wondered. Since that time, I have come to understand that I was not to be attached to form, but was to allow the dream and telepathic relationship to grow and blossom. It no longer mattered to me if I was swimming with the dolphins in the physical, as I have done so in countless ecstatic dreams and visions that we were vivid and real and in multi-dimensional ways. Listen to this. My selfish wish then changed to a wish for my son, James, who was going through a wonderful healing process in his own life. I prayed that the dolphins would come and radiate healing energy and love to him. That very day, the dolphins came and swam all around James and my husband, meaning she couldn't be part of the expedition. Oh, we're about to be done. So she prayed that they had a great time. Some 100 yards offshore, thrilling and exhilarating them with their power, sonar, and energy. I had my wish fulfilled for them on that physical level, and for myself, I was blessed with a sacred inner vision in which I swam blissfully amidst both the dolphins and the whales. They were all around me, dancing and playing in the waves. They swirled and spiraled. The dolphins leaped over the top of me, invited me into the bubbly vortex they created with spirals. I entered their spirals and followed their motions. All the time the whales sang and the dolphins clicked and chattered. The whales breached, and I'm getting lots of downloads, and came gracefully close, pinning my eyes with their large, soulful eyeballs. What does this mean? She had a connection to an animal spirit, bro, that was beyond this world. And though she could connect with the animals of this spirit, she didn't need to go to the animals to connect with those spirits. I have a lot of these travel moments where I think that I need to go there, but I can literally just go there astrally and be there with these spirits. And that's where I can be in different times and places. So she wanted to go and swim with the dolphins, but because of her injury, she was blinded from that ability. But in her blindness, in the darkness, with her eyes closed, she could experience it still with a connection to these dolphins. She felt it. This is what she's saying. The dolphins leaped over the top of me and invited me into a bubbly vortex they created with spirals. She's telling you about an experience that she had, a subconscious experience that she had in her imagination of being there with these dolphins, where she fully experienced it and was entranced by this experience with these dolphins. I do so with the gods and with time. I can go to a place in time with these deities, with these angels, with these dead people, and have a full experience and conversation, and they can bring me into their realms and into their world. The whales breached and came closely. The pain in my eyes disappeared as the flow of endorphins increased. I was swimming with them, and I never got tired. They were also swimming inside of me. They were in a multi-dimensional realm together. We were in a multi-dimensional realm together, continuously shape-shifting back and forth in bubbles and water and rainbow light. On page 344. I know that might be hard for your dolphin-shaped brain, but when you get past your thoughts, you can access alternate states of reality where other beings live. And that's what a lot of these cards were teaching you is, Jesus lives. It's a consciousness. Kobe lives. It's a mentality, the Mamba mentality. Do you know what I mean? That's a way of thinking. That's what he said. We called it the Mamba mentality. If you have a mentality like him, and that's what I said to my twin flames, you know their voices. They live within you. They speak. I'm teaching you how to let them live and how to let them guide you. Yes, they're dead people, but you know they guided me here. And where did they take me? Straight to God. And they will take you too, if those are the only voices you know. And I didn't know them in the real form. You knew them more than me. You knew their stats. I mean, there's some of the celebrities I actually knew and you didn't. But no, not these guys. Some of you went to their games. Some of you shook their hands. Marshall knew a lot of them. You know what I mean? I think Kim slept with Kobe. Ultimately, I sleep with them every night. Not in the way you did. That's my boy. I love him. You hear him? He's clapping all the time. He lives inside of me, bro. I never did that shit. That's him. All the way. Clappy clap. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. Anyways, my phone's about to die at 1:43, 33, and 23, and hut. Lewis is a quitter. He's a loser because he's a quitter, and he didn't stick out the storm, so don't be like that guy is what I got out of this. There was a lot to go in. The fires. They're trying to teach you the fires within. What do we learn about the salamander? Transformation, sacred geometry, music, kundalini, letting that good energy flow through you. The bridge, do some research about it. It's just a new season. We're going into Beltane. I'm going to teach you. You don't have to. Don't worry. Don't get all all about that. As far as me being a pagan priestess, yes, I talk to dead people, among all the other things, and I do as God tells me. And as Kobe says, you don't get here without waking up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whenever they tell me, bro. I'll be laying in bed and I gotta turn over and I just had a message. I've got to whenever they say, bro, and that's because I can hear them and I'm a servant to the Lord and everyone I hear, and that's because they have messages for you. And I get entertained delivering the messages. Sometimes I don't want to say it, but I know it's for the greater good of all mankind. So, amen. Going back to your prayers, talk to him. He really talks back. Probably not the way I hear God, and he doesn't talk to me the way I translate it to you. He doesn't talk to me so harshly. I talk to him that way. He's not going to talk to you that way, and you're not going to hear his voice as some, holy fucking voice. It's going to be your voice that you'll hear talking back to you, most likely. Or he might talk to you through dead people, through music, through videos, through different ways. Ask and you shall be given in good accordance to, the purpose that he has on your life. He's not going to reveal something to you that you're not ready to know. And that's what I teach you a lot is you can't handle the truth. We can't, only in small doses. And tomorrow he's going to give us another fucking spoonful of sugar. You know what I mean? He's going to wake us up again. Tomorrow will be an ego death. He's going to show us more truth. Are you ready for his love, which is his truth? Are you ready to accept his truth into your life and start walking accordingly to this new vision? Yeah, not usually. And that's why I'm me and you're you. Because you don't want to accept it. I have accepted God and the shit he puts in my life. I accept that, as much as I planned all day to go to work, you said this work was more important and you have other works. And I just walk in that. I know. You don't get this far without knowing God that I don't know what you're doing, but I know you're up to something and it's all for the better good of me. You're going to pay my bills. You're not going to leave me fucked over. You're not going to harm me. You're not going to put me in danger. You're going to teach me some hard lessons. You're going to make me work hard and you'll take care of the rest. That's it. Know thyself. Know thy God. I love you guys. Yeah, that was a long day. And there's still be more. It's like, how many more hours? Can he teach me more? He can. And the more he teaches me, the more I teach you. Because as soon as I can teach you, the quicker I can learn more lessons to teach more people. That's it. I'm constantly up there. That's what I do. I'm constantly, you know what I mean? What do they call it? Journeying, astral traveling, meditating. I'm constantly just spending time with God, getting answers to my life and to the world's secrets and bringing them back to you. Most of it I can't even remember because there's just a constant conversation. He never shuts up. You're like, but what about when you go to sleep? No, then I have to actually visually leave the body and be with them and do actual work. Hey, I love yous. Laters. Bye.